The second anointing was something that was completely unknown when I was growing up, and even a teenager or a young adult. We all heard calling and election made sure, right? And I think we all thought, okay, that means that at some point at the end of your life, Jesus will appear to you and say, well done, my good and faithful service. But nobody knew that it was an actual ordinance, an actual ceremony that was performed in the temple until, very, very recently. Now, I came across a post from somebody who said they had been talking to a friend who had talked to a 70. I know this sounds like a friend of a friend, but it's interesting what he said, and I do give it some credibility. The friend said that the 70 had said there was a list of 15,000 people who had received the second anointing. Now, you can assume that they keep records. They do know who has received it. If you're not familiar with what the second anointing is, I know we have some Nevermos that watch. It's basically a get out of jail free. It's a card. It's a ceremony that you go to in the temple. It usually happens on a Sunday when the temple is closed to others. There's a general authority involved who would perform the ceremony. The details can be found in lots of podcasts on Mormon stories and other places, but basically you are told that you are saved. There's nothing that you can do that's wrong now. And what's interesting is a husband and wife that are given this special ceremony together, and there they are. They have their second anointing, the highest, achievement unlocked that you can get in Mormonism. But what was interesting about this post is this person was talking, it reminded me, and I have heard this before, that not only the couple who goes through this ceremony is saved, but all of their children and their children's children, like unto, I think they say, the fourth generation. It's so interesting that there is this elite level of Mormon out there who's pretty confident that not only are they okay, but all of their children and their grandchildren and their great-grandchildren will be with them in the next life, exalted, no empty seat, right, at the table. You hear that quite often. It's really interesting, and I think if more mainstream faithful LDS knew or understood the details of this or what it really meant, I think it would make him kind of upset, because how many of us know just good and faithful people that worked, I think of my parents like this, worked their fingers to the bone for the church, and they would never have been considered for a second anointing. Now, I've also heard rumblings that you can get it posthumously. Wouldn't that be interesting? Anyway, it's a very complex thing, and I think there's a lot to unpack in it. So let me know what you all think. The second anointing, 15,000. That's a lot.